Hey everyone, Dev here, and we are within the last 24 hours of my Town Hall 10 upgrade to Town Hall 11. It's been an exciting 7 or 8 months since I've started my Town Hall 10 quest, and now I'm just about finished. As you can see, I've got my gold and my pink and my dark storing up, and my collectors haven't been emptied either, so I'm quite a juicy target right now. In order to offset that, I've been doing some raids, and I'm going to show you a few of those today. So first up, we're dealing with, it looks like a Town Hall 11, but seriously, you take a look at these defences. It looks like they're trying to do Town Hall 11. They certainly aren't an engineered base, as you can see with all the Expos and the Infernos, so I think this person is just plain rushed. Taking a good look at this base, though, you can see that we've got this run of walls here. Now what that's going to do is provide a perfect natural funnel. If I was to get my bowlers in somewhere here, they would just roll down here and attack these Infernos essentially from the side rather than head on if you were going from this direction in. Okay, now the traps, sorry not the traps, the tombstones here would indicate that there are no CC troops or little CC troops, but we've always got to be aware of those. So, we'll get on it. Queen goes down here, we've got some very light defences here, so no real stress, and a wizard screening, giant screening the wizards there, walking through that little gap in the wall there just to distract the Expos and the cannons, and a jump spell goes down. Golem, Giant, King, Picker, and then bowlers. And I was quite happy with the way this turned out because they ended up, you can see the rocks bouncing off those targets, and that will act as the perfect run. Look at that. Pickers and the Giant and the King went one way and the bowlers went another. The two Infernos are close by, so you freeze them and then in come the rocks. Bam, no more Infernos, just like that. The base looks kind of pretty when you take out all the buildings. Take a look at the little stick man from Pack and Save there. Shot poor Lego. But what's going on here is this base has nothing left in terms of resistance to offer, and it's just going to be mopping up from here on out. So, rushed base, Town Hall 11, I don't know what they were thinking, but I have no problem in stealing their lunch money and putting it in my own bank account. All right. The next one is another bowler raid. And this one is a sort of a square, well, I wouldn't call it a ring base, there's a lot of compartments here. So if you were to get your bowlers into this part here, they should have no trouble in clearing out this. And if you have a Queen left over, if she was to start here and was to start walking this way, once you core everything out, if your Queen's big enough, she can actually reach these buildings and clean everything else for you. So again, Queen goes down, and as usual, I'll send some Giants in with some Wizards behind as a screen just to do the right hand flank of that funnel. Some low level defenses and no Infernos on this. I don't know what this person was trying to do either, because they've got their Expos maxed. Actually, that's not correct. They've got 2 Expos maxed. And the Archer Towers as well. So they don't appear to be a engineered base. Those defenses will be adding quite a bit of war weight to them. But I think this person was waiting until the very end for their Infernos. So dropping down a free spell there on the Wizard Tower, just so that we nullify the splash damage, and also taking out one of the Expos at the same time. Now the Queen has not played the game, she's gone into the core this time, and the healers have broken off and they are trying to heal a Golem. Ordinarily that is really frustrating, but in this case it's not so bad. I mean, the Golem's doing his job, distracting everything. It's only until this point here, where the air defense takes out the healers, that things start to get a bit dicey. King has jumped his way into the compartment there, and now on the outside, using his ability, a horde of barbarians turns up, laying waste to everything that they see. Now the queen is trying to core out the rest of this base, so my initial plan didn't really work the way I wanted it to. But as we speed it up, we can see that the results just don't matter. The queen is far too strong. We've still got some barbarians going strong, and all major resistance has been crushed in this base. Again, look, wacky AI from those wall breakers. I don't know what's going on. I think they target the next compartment with something in it rather than an empty one to let your troops out. Supercell probably should look at that one as well, because it's quite frustrating when you drop them closest to the wall you want broken, but they go somewhere else. Just one of those things. And the queen and the archers bust their way through those Lego walls. Last Tesla's finished off, and I have some pocket money to spend at the shops. Maybe for some lollies or whatever. Maybe some milk. Okay, third out of 4 today. This one might be my favourite one of the lot. Always good to get one over an Australian clan, especially when you're a New Zealand clan. Same sort of style as before. This time I set my screen quite wide by virtue of the fact that there were walls there, and you can see here that the infernos are separate, so you have to deal with them individually. In this case, the strategy would be to take this one out without the freeze and then freeze this one once the troops are in range. The reason I do that is because I've got the most available troops. They're the freshest possible, and that just means that you're at the strongest position here. Use the freeze when you are weaker, and also you can hit that expo as well. So now that the king has been locked on, I freeze off that expo and that inferno, and the bowlers do their job, turn to the right, smash that expo, king gets in, smashes that inferno. A jump's already been laid for them, so they should jump into that compartment once everything else is done. Pekka's there to provide some meat, still got a golem, still got a little bit of a king left. No, he's gone. And the queen comes around the outside. So once again, once you set that funnel up, you can jump in and core out a base quite effectively with the bowlers. Speeding up again. Pretty happy with the amount of loot going around. I know that when I get to Town Hall 11, that amount of loot will drop by a little bit, just because of that Town Hall penalty. I think it's a good system. At this stage of the raid, again, you're thinking, oh yep, what can I spend my loot on? For me, it's probably going to be bowlers when I upgrade my lab. First things first. There is the thought that Laloon is becoming the go-to attack, and I have no doubt that I will look to increase my Laloon ability. Let's move this out of the way. There we go. Fat fingers don't want to play the game today. And the last one for today, the 4th of 4. Traditionally, this is a base that armies like Valkyries and bowlers can struggle against. Now, the way that this base has been set up is quite interesting. If you were to clear out this area in here and then use your bowlers, they would go this way. Same thing with the Valkyries. They would go around that wall and be at the mercy of the Inferno and the Expo and all the other point defense. Whereas if you were to attack from this side, there is a real danger that the bowlers will end up, or Valkyries would end up going down this way. So or even worse, coming in from this corner here, they would go this way. So this base is designed to funnel everything away from the town hall. I believe there's going to be, looks like some traps in there, not necessarily a Tesla farm. So what you want to do is clear this area out using your queen. She's got the longest reach. And then here with your giants and wizards, because they've got a shorter reach. Leaving this area here and then jumping into here should draw the bowlers in, and then jump over this and try and take out this Inferno. This base is quite good because the Infernos are on separate sides of a very large divide, which is something that is happening a bit more often than not, especially in war. So queen goes down, and you can see here we've got a little bit of heat from those cannons, which were buffed to try and negate a queen walk. once the first cannon goes down, the healers just take over. And you can see my wizard screen, sorry, Giants with wizard screen was effective. Even saved on some wall breakers as the wizards try to bust their way through those pink Barbie walls. In goes a jump. Inferno cannons start up, and this I'm thinking is not so bad because the bowlers aren't coming under any heat from that Inferno. And you can see we've got some loons coming out here. Now, loons are an interesting choice in the CC. They will destroy bowlers if you're not careful because they have got very limited air attack capability. You might have a few wizards lying around, you might have the queen, but in this case, what I did was notice they came out and pretty quickly froze them. All right, and a poison at the same time. So they're stuck there, 2 poisons and a freeze, and you can see they've all dropped, with the exception of one that was just outside the poison radius, gets taken out by the queen, and we're away laughing. That Inferno is still going strong, offering some resistance. You can see that it is taking a serious amount off my troops, but that healer is taken over now that Inferno's gone down. Barbarians go flying. And the queen now doesn't have any healers. There are no healers left at all. Unfortunately, I had some giants and some wizards left just to clean up a little bit of the defense. We've got a bowler who's stuck in the middle there, but he is still doing a good job, not under any stress, so he'll just take out that CC with its high hit points. And this base is effectively destroyed. We've got a very healthy golem still, a bit of a meat shield with the wizards behind and the queen and the bowler. So speeding up. Well, that'll be the last one I'll show today. That's 4. It's a significant amount. The video is a bit long. I realise you guys are probably getting a bit sick of me putting up bowlers all the time, so I won't put any up until my bowlers have gone to level 3, which will be after I get my Town Hall 11 upgrade done and my lab worked out and my upgrade done. So until then, I'll keep doing some war attacks with Valkyries and some Laloons for my clanmates. Until then, thanks again for watching, and don't forget to comment. Thanks.